Okay, now we have little birds cut out. So at this point, depending on the age group that's doing this, you could simply, if you have little ones, you could simply take this and go ahead and, um, this is closed. You could go ahead and just paste this down, and then you would get some wax paper, and then you would just smooth it out. So you could just do that at this point. So it would be super easy. Just take your bird you have, um, glue down. You can either glue stick on the back of them, and that'd probably be the easiest way. Glue stick on the back of them. Maybe have some extra paper so you don't have to worry about getting it on your substrate. So you could glue stick on the back of the paper all the way down, probably have something underneath you. Then you would place your little bird, and then you would take some wax paper and you would smooth it down. So that would be like the easiest way possible, depending on what age group's working with you. And if you wanted to do something fun with your other little birds, you could do that if you did cut out two birds. And then there is a whole nother pattern, a whole nother way. Let me grab. So yeah, I printed mine out twice. So yeah, I printed mine out twice so I could show you another way. So another way you could do this, actually, I printed it out a couple times. If if you have like if you have like kids and students and others, feel free to print this out as many times as you'd like. So I'm going to go a little bit more advanced and show it an advanced way to do this. So it would be to get the patterns that came with your kit. I'm going to see what came over here. There's some papers that came with the kit, and let me see where they're at. I'm like, I have papers everywhere. I don't think I used them already. All right, papers that came with the kit. Yeah, try to have some kind of organization. All right. I'm gonna try not to laugh, but I just flipped it over. Here it is. Yeah, okay. Papers get kind of like, where did that paper go? All right, so I had printed this one out a few times so I could show some more advanced techniques. You can do this with the papers that you printed out. You can do this with scrap papers. Actually, that would be really pretty. Yeah, this would be actually really pretty. And you can do this. Let's catch all in. I've got papers everywhere. You could do this with the next step with your hand painted papers, which at this point, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm gonna go grab a whole stack of my gathered and painted papers, and yeah, I've actually done this little bird a few times. So I'm gonna have fun and just start grabbing things. You could have words in here. So I'm just going to, this is the one where I used my own papers. So I'm gonna put some of these scrap papers aside, and it is the same thing. What you want to do is you're gonna set your color wheel, and you're just gonna make sure all your papers and your colors fit wherever you set your color wheel. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. I printed this one out a couple times. Let's see, which do I have? I'm going to take this bird and just use it. I'm going to put it right here so I can line this up. So I'm going to cut this up into patterns. And I'm basically, so I'm going to cut the little tail feather off. I'm going to be kind of careful here. All right, okay, I've got a little tail feather, and I'm going to try to keep up. Okay, I'm going to try to keep up with what I'm doing. I have a little tail feather, and I have some printed paper, and I'm going to go ahead and make the little tail feather this way, and I'm going to make sure everything it's on here. You could tack this down with a little dab of glue if you want it. If you feel comfortable, you could just easily start cutting. I've done this quite a bit, so I feel pretty comfortable. So I'm gonna hold mine down. If you don't feel comfortable yet, go ahead and tack it down. You can reuse these later. If you don't feel comfortable yet, go ahead and tack it down with a little bit of adhesive. I'm pretty comfortable, so I'm just gonna cut these away. Save your little pieces because you can use them further in the collage. All right, so here's a little tail. That would be, yeah, this would be a little tail. I'm gonna put mine right here so I know where it's at. Yeah, I'll remove this guy down. I'm gonna put that right there, and that I'll know where it's at. I do save these pieces, so if I want to do another one later, then I'll have another one. Okay, now I want to do his feathers. I think for this one, I'll go ahead and take, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and take this wing part over here. So let me see if I can kind of just get to it. I'll just cut some stuff away. Make sure I have enough for the wing. All right. Okay, yeah, there's plenty for the wing. So I'm going to go ahead and do the little wing with this. And if you want to tack this down with a little piece of glue, you can. Okay, and then go ahead and just pull this away. Go ahead and pull that away. And then I'm going to put this piece right here so I'll know, and I'm going to keep this if I want to do another bird later. Okay, everything's good. This was part of the printable. And let me see what else I'm going to look at. I do have extra papers that I just had. I think I'm gonna use this paper right here for underneath. I'm just kind of looking if I want to use that for their head or underneath. I'm kind of yeah, I'm just kind of looking through all my papers over here to see what I want to use, and then I'll think about it. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking about everything. This is kind of cool. Now, yeah, now I've got decisions to make. I have some painted paper here. This is really bright. I might go ahead and, yeah, I might go ahead and use this. This is a little bit bigger than I need. So this is just Amazon wrapping paper that I painted on top of. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use this. There is some paper that you can print out or you can use your own. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and use this and cut this part out. And set that aside. Okay. And if you want to tack this down with glue, you can. So everyone will have to let us know if they have robins in their part of the country where they live. If you guys have robins out there. Okay, now we have this little piece right here. I'm going to lay that right there. I'm going to keep this if I want to make a bird later. Now, let's see. I might use something a little darker. Let me kind of look at what I have. And yeah, I'm kind of just looking at my papers. I had some pretty red. And oh, here it is. I found it. It's yeah, it kind of got buried. Things get buried sometimes. I think I want to go ahead and use some of this. So this is hand painted paper. I like to put my papers in clear bags so I can see where things are at. This is red. Ooh, that would have been pretty. I guess it's still would. I'm going to use this red and gold right here. This is just Amazon packaging paper that I painted with red and then gold on top of. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Good. I just need a little piece for right here. So I think I'm going to make sure I've got enough. There, right here's a good place to cut the little robin. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can get something a little smaller. I'm gonna cut this down. I'm gonna cut my paper down so I can work with it a little bit better. Now I'm gonna put this here and make sure that everything is on the paper. I'm gonna cut this away. And there's a little indentation right there. I think it's so I'll know where to put the feather in. Right here, there's a little indentation. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of just cut these little pieces out. It's kind of just like a puzzle piece. So it's just like a puzzle. All right, I'm gonna save this if I want to do another bird later. And this little bird starting to fly away. Come back, little bird. Okay, there was the tail. There was the wing. There was the belly. Okay, this is gonna go underneath. So yeah, she's kind of looking like a I don't know. Maybe I could go back and do this. Not sure if I want to go back and do this. I might. Yeah, her head's kind of black. It will match the tail. I'm going to go back and use this. All right, so I'm going to make sure I have enough. Yeah, I have enough. It's in the right place. So I feel pretty comfortable. So I'm going to hold mine together. I'm going to kind of just clip this off. And I'm going to include the beak because it'll be easier. It'll be easier for me to know where the little robin's beak is at. and then I could either just, put something, a small little yellow or something lighter. Okay. Heron, where's this? Trying to think of where that end of it. I think right there. And there is a little piece hanging over, but I do want to make sure that I cut that down. All right, so now I've got their little, oh, that's cute. Yay. All right, this is really cute. Now I'm gonna do the feet. The feet are kind of dark, so I'm gonna go back to some of the paper that was part of the printout, and I'm just going to, oops, tear it. I'm just gonna make sure I have enough for the feet really quick, and I do. You can move this as long as you have enough, you're okay. So now for the feet, even though they're 2 feet, I'm going to try to leave a little bit here because I don't want to have to place 2 different feet. I'm like, no, I want to put the feet together. Yeah, somewhere I have feet. Hold on, let me see. They're buried. So I'm not gonna separate the feet up top because it'll be easier for me to figure out how to put them on the little robin if they're not separated. Cut some of that away. Okay, just yeah, hold it. If you're not comfortable about holding this in place, you could tack a little bit down with some adhesive. Not too much. You don't want to glue all of it down. You just want to tack it a little bit down to, hold things in place. Yeah, really. And if you change your lines a little bit, that's okay. You don't have to stay all the way within the same pattern that we have. You can change it up a little bit. Okay, and you don't have to go all the way to the very top if you're worried about things separating. All right, to tell you the truth, I probably should have tacked it down on this little tiny piece because it's a little more difficult. You can fold this over. Folding is going to be okay. So folding's going to be okay because it'll straighten out when we go to glue it. If you're not all the way on line, that is okay also. You don't have to you can you don't have to be all the way on the lines. You can kind of fix it with a marker. Just get the basics, and then if you're like, oh, my little robin lost their toes, you can add that in with the marker after it's glued down and dried. So yeah, don't worry too much about these little tiny pieces. All right, so we have the little robin feet, and they're going to go right there. Okay, so that's the advanced way, and yeah, I lost the easy way. The easy way somewhere buried. So this is the advanced way, and we're going to come back in the next one, and I'm going to show how to paste this down. Okay, thank you, everyone.